What's up? Thanks for tuning in. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you want to get better at chess, which is the same thing that I want to do. Welcome back to my Road to 1500 in 100 Days, in which I play a game every day and analyze it to learn from my mistakes, and also share information as far as my study plan. If this is something that interests you, please hit the subscribe button to support the channel and be notified of future videos. We're now at day 32, in which my current rating is 1247, leaving 253 to go. If I'm being totally honest, I just got back from vacation, visited Bardstown, Kentucky, and haven't had the chance to study the way I would like to. I mean, of course, I've looked at a couple of videos, played some daily games, but as far as tactics or any kind of reading, I haven't really got the chance the past few days, and that kind of shows in the game. So let's go ahead and take a look at the game here. In this game, I'm playing a guy named Nikolaeva, who is from Ukraine. He has the black pieces, and my intention here is to play the stonewall opening. And then, of course, he plays the Old Benoni. And every time this is played, I feel like I have no idea what to do. But in most of my experiences, the best move was to take this pawn. So that's what I go ahead and do here. Which they say was an excellent move. So I continue to develop knight to f3. In my study plan by Robert Ramirez for the stonewall opening, he has something called like a reverse King's Indian when you're playing against the King's Indian. So I kind of got that mindset, is that I want to push these pawns, move the bishop here and castle, because when they play this Old Benoni, it kind of like scrambles all my opening prep, because I'm then got to take with this pawn, or I'm challenged in the middle very quickly. So I move with the intention of castling, but I realized as soon as I played this that he was probably going to bring the knight here, and sure enough, that's what he did. So I go ahead and castle now. He decides to trade off the bishop. Instead of taking with the bishop and then him taking with the knight, I decide that I'm going to go ahead and keep both of my bishops. So I go ahead and take with the knight. And at this point, I debated on whether just trade queens and go from there. But I decided that I was going to keep the queens on the board. So I play this, attacking this pawn. And I figured he'd probably play something like this, protecting the pawn. And sure enough, that's what he does. So I decide here that I'm going to fianchetto the bishop, maybe put my queen here, and form an attack against the king right here. And now I realize that he's probably going to want to put this knight right here, so I go ahead and be proactive by moving the queen first. And at move 13, it's saying that I have a 1.3 advantage. So he moves the rook here to guard against this checkmate here. I play this to keep the knight from going here. I also had the idea of bringing this rook over here, challenging the queen. And he moves the queen but I still got an open file here for the rook, so I decided to go ahead and take it. And now he challenges my pawn here. And I thought about this for a while. You know, I could take, and then he's got a double attack on this file. Also, I've thought about this, which with the plan of attacking this pawn and opening up this file. Not quite sure why my animations aren't on. Let me figure this out really quick. Supposed to be showing the move classifications on the board, but I don't think we're really seeing it. Anyway, I play this with the intention of attacking this. Now I got, if he does take, I got both the queen and the rook guarding the square. So he decides to strengthen this pawn, also blocking off my attack against the king here on g7. My plan now is to bring this bishop over to pin this rook to the king. And they say right here this was an excellent move. So there's really nothing for the rook to do. I mean, I could move back here, but I decided why not attack the queen? So if he takes the rook, I take the queen, and that kind of jams the position up here. I figured he would probably take with the pawn. That's what I was expecting, but the rook was played, which I say is an excellent move. So then I come up with the idea of check first so that my bishop's not hanging, and then pinning the bishop to the queen. And this is move 22, and at this point it says I got a 1.2 advantage. So he gets the queen out of the way. The rook's being attacked twice. I almost played this, but luckily I realized that I had to move this rook here. So I decided to go ahead and attack this e5 pawn. And he brings a little bit extra pressure over here on the f file. And this, they're saying, was a miss. My best move at this point was h3, attacking the bishop. But I really wanted to get the protection of this square away, but didn't really consider that he can just go here and make it even harder for me to get to the king, which is what he does. Also with an attack on my bishop. So I get the bishop out of the way, which they say was an inaccuracy. We're still looking at h3 being the best move. So he triples up on the on the f file, which they say was a mistake. His best move was bishop e2. Bringing the bishop down here. But that's not what he played. If he brings the bishop down here, let's go back. If he brings the bishop down here, you know, there's nothing really good for me. He's got both the knight and the queen protecting this square. I only got 2 attackers, so it's going to work out better for him. And if I take with the rook, this f1 square is, I believe, checkmate. So, but going back here, he plays queen f7. So now I decide to attack the bishop, which they say is a great move. And at this point, I got a 2-point advantage on the engine. This was a miss. My best move was rook takes e5. But then again, I was still just a tad skeptical of moving this rook simply to win a pawn. Didn't think it was a great idea, but this was an inaccuracy. His best move was queen e7. I guess attacking this lonely pawn here. So now I play bishop c1 with an attack on the rook. He gets the rook out of dodge. And I decided to go this way with attacking both of these squares. He puts an attack on my queen. And I take the free pawn, which was a giant mistake. It brought me down to him having a 4.3 advantage on the engine. He can play knight f3, and it's a pretty good attack. But I'm sure his next move is probably not what he was supposed to do. Oh, he plays it. They say this is a brilliant move. I take, and the best move at this point is queen takes. But for whatever reason, he took with the bishop. I'm going to see what this queen takes move looks like. It actually says queen h4 is the best move. I don't know why it said queen takes was the best. But anyways, he plays this. And I once again decide that I'm going to pin the bishop to the queen. He strengthens the bishop with the pawn here. And I set it up for mate in 3. This is a blunder. His mate in 3 is queen d4, check. I play bishop e3, queen takes a e3 check, rook f2, queen takes f2 mate. But luckily he didn't see this, and he plays queen g6. This was a miss. Best move being queen b6. I guess offering a trade of queens. But he takes, I take. Now it's mate in 9. My best move was king takes e3, but I felt like I was just going to get, caught up in the mix after that. This was a miss. His best move was bishop h5 check. Hold on. Bishop h5 check. Okay, leaving the check with the rook here. But that's not what he played. He played the bishop over there. I get out of the way. Queen check. And if you'll see here, he gives me a pretty decent escape route. Now at this point, I have a 4.2 advantage after escaping mate in 3 and a really bad situation. My best move is King D4 here, which is what I play. His best move now is Queen A1 check. He plays Queen D1. And I say at this point trading the queens was the best move, but it's not what I played. Now this gives him a 3.6 advantage. You know, as it's going back and forth. This was a crazy game, and as you can see, we're very low on time. I got 38 seconds. He's got 53 seconds. And now at this point, I got a 4.5 advantage. And he plays this very bad move, leaving the king open. Now I got mate in 5. They say this was a great move. He blocks with the rook. He blocks with the bishop. I'm sure whatever move I play here is not the best. Yeah, this takes the mate and however many moves away, but I still got a 7.3 advantage. Now he brings the queen over there, mate in 5. And now I play this move. He brings the queen over. I decide it's best to trade. And really, I should have just went ahead and took this this pawn, but as you can see, there's very big time trouble, and I'm kind of thinking on the fly here. Now I got the idea that, you know, I'm going to go ahead and start pushing these pawns, but I set it up really easy for him to fork my king and my rook. And even with this, I'm still better off here. I got, you know, 2 pawns and a bishop. Actually 3 pawns and a bishop. He's got 2 pawns and a bishop. And my king's on the other side of the board. Take his bishop. Now I got a 7.4 advantage, and there's really nothing he can do to stop me from promoting this pawn. I only need to stop him from promoting a pawn. And he doesn't take the pawn, and now it's lights out. At this point of the game, he resigned, and I won 9 ELO points on this game. But man, I truly don't feel like I deserve it. It was a very sloppy game, but I was able to keep my head in the game despite the time trouble, and was able to walk away with the win. And this is how day 32 looked. So I'm most definitely gonna put some study time in before I play my next game. I have a lot of tactics I'd like to review on Chessable, everyone's first chess workbook. Go through those. I'd even like to open up the amateur's mind and maybe try to read another chapter in that, because I didn't feel as sharp as I usually do in this game, or even the game before that. Played sloppy, but was able to walk away with the win in both cases. So that's it for day 32, and I will see you on day 33. Thank you for tuning in.